Hey there. Hope everybody's having a good Friday afternoon. I just thought I'd hop on and do a quick analysis on vaccine stocks. Now, I'm not going to get into a debate on vaccination or whatever. These videos are about the stock market, and I'm here to make money. So, we're going to find out which vaccine stock is making the most money. So, about a year ago, about a month ago, I had the Pfizer for my dose one. And a week ago, I had my dose two, and it was Moderna. So it got me to thinking, how are these stocks doing? Because the government, I'm in Canada, so the government has bought up a lot of the approved vaccines. So Moderna is one of them, Pfizer is one of them, Astrazeneca is here, and Johnson & Johnson is approved as well. So I want to take a look at those four, plus the collaboration that Pfizer has done with another pharmaceutical company. So let's have a look at my database. I rank every day over 20,000 stocks on the North American market. So Canadian and US, every stock, every exchange in North America, I take a look at them and I compare them to each other, and I compare them to themselves in a trend. So let's have a look at how these stocks are performing. So if you're a member of my investing membership, you'll get access to this database. I have it updated for July 1st. And I sort it by momentum, and I created a watch list called vaccine. So the number one vaccine stock on my list is Moderna. So that's what's running through me as of last week. So far, so good. I also ranked the trend on a scale from 0 to 100%. So it's based on my factors, it's on a 100% uptrend. Overall, the average momentum is 154% over the last year, because in the last month, it's returned 23%. In the last 3 months, 77%. In the last 6 months, 125%. 9 months, 242%. And over the last year, 302%. So that is the strongest vaccine stock at the moment. And so the other thing I do is, that's the raw percentage. I also rank it against all other 20,000 stocks in my database. So in the last month, it's at the 89 percentile. So it's in the top 90% of all stocks. Before that, 3 months, it's at the 95 percentile, and 6 months, 89, 9 months, 89, 12 months, 90. So overall, average, it's at the 90 percentile. So there's only 10% of the stocks in the entire North American market that perform better than Moderna on average in the last year over all these 5 time frames. So it's the clear winner for sure. So what's number two? Number two, oh, and it's also a very pricey stock. It's $235, but hey, you got to pay for quality sometimes. So the number two stock is Bioentech, which when I first got my Pfizer vaccine, it was the Pfizer Bioentech. So they have a partnership with this. See, this is American Depository Receipts. That's a German company. And so Bioentech has a 100% trend rating based on my 8 factors. And it has a momentum score of 147 overall. So as you recall, Moderna returned over 20% in the last month. Bioentech only returned 2%. And it didn't make the 300% in the last year that Moderna did. So let's just take a look at how it scored on the ranking factor. So in the last month, it was at the 66 percentile. So it was sort of average-ish, but then 3 months, 96 percentile, 6 months, 91%, 9 months. So it's a strong performer. Like on average, it's at the 86 percentile. So that means only 14% of the stocks on the North American market can beat that performance on average. So those are the two clear winners. They're almost at the 90 percentile. So then after that, how are we doing on and that's also a very pricey stock, $225 to buy a share of Bioentech. So number 3 is Astrazeneca. So that one, the trend is not quite as strong. The 1 month return is better than the last one. But let's just take a look at how it ranks. On average, AstraZeneca is ranked at the 57th percentile. It had a week 12 month and a week 9 month at the 32 percentile. So it was in the bottom third of all stocks on the long term. So that's number 3, AstraZeneca. So number 4 is Pfizer. So in this case, Bioentech is outperforming Pfizer as because Pfizer does other things, right? Bioentech is focused on, they're focused on the COVID vaccine, but they're also, I guess, more focused on other things. Pfizer is a little bit more broad. So long story short, momentum in the last month, it only returned 1.7%. So you can see how the returns are lower. So its average rank is below 50 overall. So it's below average, actually, Pfizer, of all the other 20,000 stocks in the database. So then let's take a look at last place. Last place is Johnson & Johnson. Now they're very broadly diversified. So, this is a dividend play for some people. I mean, they're not making just COVID vaccines. They're making baby powder and whatever else. So the trend is weaker on that one. The 1 month return is 0.1%. So you're not going to get as much return on that one. Its overall rank is below average. So it's 45 percentile, and it stays pretty weak all the time. It's at 53 percentile, 54, 40. So that is the least of the performance. So so that's how I compare things. Find it's easier comparison to do once you have a broad picture. I'm only looking at the 1 year because I don't really care what happened 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I'm looking at what's happening now and the trends that are in play at the moment. And also, the 6 month and 12 month, 9 month trends. So you're kind of getting a cross section of short term and medium and long term performance that way. So that's all I have for today. If you want to get access to more stocks, figure out what that other 10% might be that's even outperforming Bioentech and Moderna, especially. Those are the 2 leaders in that particular subset. Just check out the description below. I also have a free group where if you have just a stock you want me to run through the database, you can just pop in and drop it in, and I'll do my analysis on it. Anyways, that's all I have for today. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you later.